As long as you keep your soul intact, you're good to go. Fine gramophone. Do you know how to use something like this? Thought you might like it.
Fix that thing right up, didn't we? Made these goings-on a little livelier.
We got a gramophone here at the Bastion now. Lovely. I love that there's little components that you add to the Bastion over time. Is it alright if we use this here? It's not like the neighbors are gonna complain.
Suppose it's true a little song can put things in perspective.
You know, I'm tempted to go ahead and try to play this next level here. I don't care too much about playing through all these waves or doing any of the other proving grounds necessarily. I think I'm more interested in finishing off the story of the game. I might try to go ahead and finish this tonight. I think maybe there's just the one more level to go, or maybe two more levels. I think I'm down to hang out for a little bit more here. Oblige me a moment here while I stretch out my fingers. Ah, there we go. Yeah, let's see what's up.
Just a couple shards left. The quarry's gotta have one, right?
Alright, so there are 2 levels remaining. Think I'm game to finish this game tonight, guys. I think I'm down. Burstone Quarry. Once there were many such treasures in this key source of Caelondia's wealth.
The secret to how we built Caelondia so tall and proud lies in Burstone Quarry.
If I do manage to finish this tonight, those of you who hung out to the end will be very happy. You'll be like, haha, you have to check out the VOD. But not me, motherfuckers. I was there.
Imagine everything you'd need to build a city like Caelondia. It takes hard work and planning, and it also takes Burstone Quarry. The Ura tunnels beneath the quarry must have softened the blow from the calamity.
Musket also has little known use as
Bought
a
the whole place from the Ura on the cheap.
mining tool. Very effective.
Same goes for its natives, Rattletails.
Rattletails? What the hell is that? I haven't seen one of those Grim Reaper looking guys in a minute. And it looks like he's my friend. He's attacking that for me. Thanks. What a kind... I think they're called gas bags? What a kind gas bag.
Rattletails ain't the worst of it either, but more about that in a little bit. The quarry came with a lifetime supply of windbags.
Windbags, that's what they're called.
Windbags smaller than the naked eye can see are nesting in those rocks.
Nanomachines. I think the windbags like me now, though. They're like my friends. I think I did something very important for the windbag, like, cultural system that I'm not aware of, so they're pleased with me.
But there was even more to it than that. Not only are these rocks a source of life, we found that the oldest ones remember things.
Oh shit, so these obelisks don't just look like the one from 2001. They are the one.
They're recording everything, all the time, taking it all in.
Ah, so these obelisks are the NSA of Ceylondia. Got it. Ceylondian Intelligence Agency.
No wonder all those beasts were drawn to the quarry. The rocks would call on them.
Pro strategy. Ow. There we go. That was the pro strat I was referring to.
Keeping the quarry free from pests turned out to be a problem. Rattletails kept tunneling in to snack on windbags.
I'm surprised that obelisk didn't kill me, man. Oh shit.
The quarry ain't exactly up to safety standards no more. Without
Yeah, I'll
those
exploit that.
windbags, the quarry might not have its special qualities.
I'm really
Even
glad
Snake
that I
Eye
took
started
the,
taking over here.
whatever it is, the falling mead for this level. Very good choice. Ooh, ouchies.
Now, why would the Ura sell off such a fascinating place?
Ooh, that was a tricky maneuver. Excuse me, no?
The Ura a superstitious lot.
I should just chill and counter and heal. That's what I ought to do. It's the smart play. I heal a little bit of health every time I counter a projectile, so I can just chill. Heal up a little. It's all good. What we're about here, relaxation, chilling. Whoop, whoop. Loss of progress. A little too chill, let's say. Actually, I believe visiting the arsenal will refill everything. So, we good. Yeah, you helped me out, buddy. Get him. Yeah, fuck him up. Are you bringing those to me? Thank you. Thanks, buddy. Hey! What? We're not friends now? What happened? What happened? I thought you were bringing me stuff. I thought we were chilling. Guess not.
On top of that, we know the Ura hated anything above ground.
I'm being a bit cavalier because I can actually just fill back up right over that arsenal station, so...
Might be the quarry just got too much sunshine for their liking.
Alright, so I think I have to go flip that other switch and leave it flip. Perhaps I just have to go flip the one switch. What the hell? Well, that gets him out where I can fight him at least.
Windbags tended to the rocks, so we had to keep the rattletails at bay.
Then I flip this one, right? Yeah, mate. Lovely. Sorry I haven't been kind of looking over at the chat because it's been a little slower. One Fremen says, "The neat game, I'm glad you're on it." I agree, man. I'm really enjoying Bastion. Am I gonna do some of the optional challenges? I have been like playing with idols on, and I played through one of the waves, and I've done some of the proving grounds earlier in the playthrough. But I'm not sure that I'm gonna like 100% it or anything like that. I think I'm just focused on trying to complete the story and maybe fucking around in New Game Plus a little bit. Not super stressed about trying to do everything, you know?
In any case, it's fair to say the quarry was a godsend.
I think I'm fairly close to the ending of the story mode, so I think I'm gonna go for trying to finish
Those rocks, all polished to a mirror sheen.
But not to say I'm not enjoying the game or anything like that. Just kind of feeling like it's time to move on to another title. Someone from the Osho was kind enough to donate Transistor, which is the second game by the same developer, Supergiant. So I'll be featuring that on the broadcast later on as well.
The largest ones, you know as cores.
Ooh, it actually got through there. The machete like flew through that tiny space. Perfect. This should be good.
Single core could keep the lights on in an entire city district. The smaller ones, we call them shards.
I really love the aesthetic, the story, the message in Bastion about, honestly, conservationalism and having a good conscience and stuff like that. Super great. My only gripe is that toward the end here, the gameplay gets a bit repetitive. And again, I think that is because, and I mentioned this earlier.
Shard's got a fraction of a core's power, enough to fuel a voyage to the motherland.
It's the fact that with this overhead view, kind of simple palette they had to work with, there's only so much you can do, you know? You can only have so many boss gimmicks, so many gimmicks of other kinds to keep things fresh. So I don't even really fault the game. It is just, were I the developer, I might have ended it just a bit earlier, before I ran out of my bag of tricks, so to speak. Though I'm not at the end of the game yet, so who knows what it might have in store for me. Bastion will definitely go down as one of my favorite games I've ever played, though. That's absolutely for sure. Big ups to everybody who is still hanging out, chilling on the Infinite Couch, man. Appreciate your guys choosing to spend part of your evening with me. Hello.
Well, now the quarry's all dried up. These rocks are much too young to be of use. Remember how I said Rattletails ain't the worst thing in the quarry? That honor goes to a beast we took to Colin, Sir Lunky. Massive things stomped many of our boys. We just couldn't get rid of him. The only thing harder than the rocks in Bastion Quarry is Sir Lunky's head. His big fat rum's plenty tough too, and so is the kid.
I gotta keep that shield up, though.
We never could get stubborn old Lunky to leave the quarry alone.
I was hoping I was gonna be able to kill Sir Lunky in that ultra cheap
Then
way,
the kid hears a voice calling from down the hall.
where I
"Are
just
you all right?" It says.
push him off the edge with my shield up. Alas, didn't work out. For instance, that boss was just a large version of an enemy. Definitely a throwback to, you know, like the 8-bit and 16-bit era, but... So I guess, I mean, at this stage, you kind of, if they want you to have to finish the Bastion, they need more levels, you know? So, as a developer, I can't even really think of what I would do to spruce it up, you know? Maybe there is just really nothing.
It's him. I've come to warn you, he says.
Zulf is the traitor motherfucker who broke the Bastion. Fractured monument. What happened back there between you and Rux?
The Bastion is under siege. Let it fall. You should not go back.
Are you saying the Bastion's like an exploitative empire or something?
Kid
Never.
hears him, but he ain't about to be deterred.
Never.
If that's the way it is, he says, then I won't stop you. Because my countrymen will.
Zulf's a terrorist, oh shit.
Say
Yo.
what you will about Zulf, but he's a man of his word.
Killer MC. Thanks for following. I do appreciate that. That gets us a little bit closer to
His countrymen don't much care for pleasantries.
Unlocking Chivo number 2.
Too bad for that. Zolf showed him the way here, and here they came to take revenge.
Zolf sent terrorist warriors to the Bastion. What a motherfucker. Told you I didn't like that Zolf, dude.
They got inside the Bastion and shut the door. Kid's gotta go in through the back. I should have told him sooner about all this. To make matters worse, seems the Ura took the girl.
A harp guitar. Sounds pretty fun. I'd like to play one of those. If you're just getting comfortable on the Infinite Couch, it is the O Show. Doing our thing this Monday evening. Hope you had a good one. Trying to finish off this, my first playthrough of Bastion.
Unfortunately, they broke in, and they started digging their holes. Something wrong sprung out of those holes, and it's eating away at this place. We tried to stop them, but we needed help. Somehow, some way, he sends those Ura packing. Problem is, it didn't matter. Zolf's plan worked.
Somehow, some way, at a giant pissed off bull god.
We find each other as the dust settles.
That's how I did it. That was all
Then I
bull.
tell him why the Ura came.
There was no me.
To get us back. For the calamity.
I knew it. I knew it was their
It
fault.
was Ceylandia's master plan to wipe the Ura
I
out.
fucking knew it. Fucking Ceylandia.
But part of that plan backfired, didn't it?
Fuck this Empire shit.
If only Zolf knew the whole story.
Harp guitar. Where is Zia? Do you see what happened to her?
What were we to think? They must have got her, taken her back to her rightful home.
At least I can jam out, you fucking bastard. Oh, I could still go into all the places, okay. Did I have shit I could upgrade? Yeah, I did. 15% damage or more knockback? Pretty happy with the damage, so let's do greater knockback. Expanded chamber. A larger firing chamber puts more pressure behind each blast, increasing impact.
Now we're looking at some serious firepower.
Blam. Alright. The Mercy. Defeat the required number of different species of beasts. 15.
The Mercy. The windbags ain't the only beast that drew a bad lot.
The Calamity was more merciful to some beasts than others. These others deserve mercy of their own. The City. Spin the required number of fragments. You had to spend 10,000 fragments. Holy fuck.
The City. Its riches nothing but fragments now.
The Calamity ravaged the city of Solandia, reducing so many priceless treasures down to dust. Alright, so I think we're about to enter into the final levels of the game. Maybe the final level. I think I'm ready to go though. I think I'm good. Oh yeah, I gotta spend it at the monument and upgrade the final piece. I guess for some reason I thought it wouldn't let me because the Bastion's all fucked up right now.
The shards can put this disease in remission, but there's only one cure.
Oh, that actually fixed it.
What we
Nice.
started.
Alright, final Bastion upgrade. Hell yeah. The True Arsenal grants access to the Trapper's Snare, powerful secret skill. Bam.
The arsenal's complete in case we need protection. Now all we need is one last shard.
Alright, what is this power it gave me? It immobilizes an enemy. Psh, fuck that. Hype, dude. I think this is going to be the last level. I think we will be going ahead and finishing tonight. Alright, build the whole Bastion. Cool.
The sanctuary. If we can build, we can rebuild.
Everything can be undone, even the greatest cause of ruin, but it must be undone one stone at a time. All the little...
Sometimes I want to ask him, why do any of this? But truth is, I don't want to know.
The little mantras in the game are actually all really lovely. I like the overall message of the game quite a bit.
The Ura swooped down from the east. At least now we know the way.
Alright, final story level here. I'm ready. Urzendra Gate. Zulf's agents must also want the final shard, knowing it is key to undoing the harm they caused. I wonder if this will be the last level. Looks like it might be.
Urzendra Gate used to lead down to the terminals. Now it leads up to the stars. One last shard. It's all we need to put this mess behind us. And mother, what a mess it is. A mess like that could have only been made by hand.
The number of sexual, innuendos in this game, though, are a little disturbing. Like, just now, a mess like that could only be made by hand. There's enemies called peckers. One of the writers at least had some issues. Let's be real.
Zolf said the Calamity failed, and he's right. The Ura stand as living proof of that.
I'll shoot your little fireballs at me, fucking Ryu. I'll give you a bad day. The amount of XP I'm being showered with right now from these enemies is absurd. They're worth 120 apiece. I can visibly see my XP bar increasing. That's pretty crazy. I wonder if the reason for this is to get you set up for New Game Plus.
At the heart of the Calamity was a simple idea. We never wanted to go to war again. Wanted to rule it out.
Ooh, ouchies.
put a lot of folks against that problem. Scientists, soldiers, spies, even me.
Bro, I'm trying to push you off the edge here. Guess that'll work too.
We sought solutions far beyond the city. We traveled near as far as the kid's going right now.
Warps. So this last part is interesting. I guess this is little vignettes from a larger campaign that's happening. And it seems to be revealed that Caelondia, the city-state, was actually oppressing the Ura.
Most of our efforts didn't bear fruit.
And eventually tried to wipe them out. So I kind of feel justified with these guys, you know what I mean? Like, I would probably take up arms with the Ura, but we're kind of, in the game, forced into the role as the Caelondian empirical badass who's saving the Bastion no matter how many fucking Ura get in my way. So there is that. I'm excited to see how the story winds up, though. I can feel that we're kind of close. In my, you know, my private areas, they're tingling.
Then there was a breakthrough, but it didn't come from one of our people.
She's owning that guy. She must have had a grudge with that guy. Anything you see me pick up with the preface something is just an upgrade item for one of the weapons. If you were curious. We've got elements from all the various...
A brilliant young scientist named Ven.
All the various levels. Ven, inventor of the diagram.
Ven worked for the Mancers, the sharpest knives in the city's drawer.
The Mancers. Now that's a cool name. So far in Bastion lore, like, the cops are called marshals and shit like that, but Mancers, as like your local smart dudes, that's pretty groovy. I kind of like that.
With his help, the Mancers devised a way to seal the Ura tunnels shut in a flash.
Oh shit, nuclear weapons, that's what he's talking about. I know it.
Just like that, every last Ura living in the Tassel terminals will be gone.
Oh shit, we wake up to an assassination attempt. No stress for the kid. Ha! One Fremen. says that during the dialogue about the Ura digging holes, it says something wrong came out, and then the upgrade item for the Calamity Cannon is something wrong. Good eye.
This discovery was never to be used, they said, except as a last resort.
I'm gonna guess that the Calamity Cannon is a new game plus only weapon. Am I right? Get him. Get him. Fuck him up. Get him, little peckers. Destroy him. Man, I wish I was in this cold ass cave right now. It would feel so good. We could be friends though. Didn't have to be that way, Peckers.
But Ven didn't like being manipulated. He had plans of his own.
Ah, there goes something wrong. Just like one Fremen so fortuitously mentioned. Ah, it's not a spoiler, Fremen. You know I don't care about shit like that. As long as it's not like an overt, you know, like the only thing that would probably be upsetting, well, nothing would upset me, but the only thing that you shouldn't do is spoilers on the level of like the Sixth Sense and being like, yo, it's a ghost the whole time. You know, something that would totally ruin it. By the way, if you haven't seen the Sixth Sense, you just got completely owned. Other than that, I don't care. You know, that's a minor thing. You're all good, man. Please, no one ever stress about that.
The Mancer's little science project, set it to blow up in their faces.
The Osho is meant to be a chilled out spot. I try not to have too many rules, so. Sergio says those peckers could have cleared out the whole level for you. It's true, but that's, you know, animal abuse, right? Pecker abuse. Oh god.
Imagine how Ven must have felt when they finally made him pull that trigger.
These level designs are still quite diverse and very beautiful, though. That's one thing that has certainly not become repetitive, is the level design. These new enemies are kind of cool, but they're very similar to the existing enemies, so I'm not really sure how, you know, they could have spruced it up there. But I am really loving the level design. The ice caves.
Remember, the Bastion can fix everything. We just need that shard.
One Fremen says, take that as the message of this Osho. Don't abuse your peckers, kids. Exactly. Your pecker can do good work for you as long as you don't abuse it. Yo, I want a cool Silver Surfer board. Damn. Here we go.
Too bad the Ura ain't exactly been willing to collaborate on that front.
I knew that shit was gonna get stolen. I fucking knew it.
For now, Kid had little choice but to pick up where the Calamity left off.
Fucking knew it was gonna be stolen. I knew it. Knew it 100%. Knew it in my heart. I knew a motherfucker was gonna steal that.
First things first, though. There's someone we figured needed rescuing. Zia. The Ura fell back, no doubt planning the next move, but we knew ours already.
The Bastion looks very fucked up now. I like it. Raise the required number of lamp pieces. So you stepped on enough tiles. 13,000.
The country. She's all the pieces now, but still looking good.
The cores contain the memory of the land before it was undone. The city crest flows with their power. Let's go rescue Zia, shall we? I don't think I have any upgrades or anything to perform, so let's peace.
There's something we had to do before going after that last shard.
Alright, so there's probably at least 2 more levels left here. Zoltan's Hollow. The Ura launched their assault on the Bastion from this outpost. Zia must be here.
Zoltan's Hollow is the Ura's border blockade. At least it used to be. Well, now it's personal, ain't it? It's personal for him, and it's personal for me. We get straight down to business.
Kill this guy for me, would you? Just shoot the hell out of him, please. Just kill him. You let him escape. What are you doing? Kill this guy. A little more. Thank you, thank you. Very well done.
They never saw him coming.
I'm telling you, the females have a grudge against the males in this game. They'll kill them if you give them the opportunity.
The Calamity did something wrong with some of them rocks.
You know, I ought to pick up this cannon, right?
He gets his hands on the care package I sent him.
Care package, eh?
It's a little something I've been fixing up in my spare time.
Alright, so you gotta do a full charge on it
Found a way to keep the Calamity from spreading through Zoltan's Hollow.
to be able to fire it. Alright, so this seems like a weapon that would be better with the mouse, actually. Then once you get the hang of it, I bet, it's not bad with the stick as well.
Damper on their plans.
Calamity cannon, huh? Pretty trippy. It's definitely got the BFG factor going for it. That's for sure. Yo, it even hurts like yourself if it goes off close to you. Wow. Does he have little goggles that go over his eyes to sight it too? That's almost worth using just because of that. It looks like it disintegrates stuff.
Pretty fancy even.
It's like a sphere of annihilation from Dungeons and Dragons. Whatever it touches is annihilated.
Still, they ain't used to having visitors around.
Yo, here's a neat trick. You can use left stick to aim the cannon. I mean, sorry, left trigger. If you hold left trigger while you charge the cannon, it'll automatically aim it at the nearest enemy. Pretty handy.
They've got these conductors that are all what's keeping the place together. Break enough of those things and the calamity rocks slink back into the ground.
That makes things considerably easier. It'll actually auto-aim at what you need to aim at, whatever that may be. Thanks, auto-aim on the Calamity Cannon.
Well, the Ura must be in a panic right about now.
Narrator, we're the aggressors in this situation, though.
Those rocks are like tumors, the same kind the Ura planted in the Bastion.
Quibbling, what's good, man? There are exactly 2 more levels. Yeah, it seemed that way. I think I will try to go through and finish tonight, though. I don't think there's too much longer. And it would be nice. I do have some delicious food and a beautiful girlfriend kind of waiting, but she's patient, you know? Alright, as fun as that is, gotta go back to the old standby here.
Kid's done using the Calamity's power for now, but the Ura ain't finished. They even sick their little rattletail pets on the kid. Those rodents are just a bump in the road.
I do really enjoy these charge-up turrets. The Calamity turrets, I guess you could call them. They are pretty cool. A very interesting dynamic given that they reflect shots when they're not actively charging an attack. I guess I can kind of put it into better words now what I meant as far as the repetitiveness. I kind of wish they had spread some of these enemy types and hazard types across more of the levels instead of packing of so many of them in at the end here. I think they probably could have got more mileage out of some of this stuff than kind of making some of the earlier levels so repetitive. That's like the minor improvement I could see. Alright, I could do the same thing with those as I do the jumpy pig guys. Good to know. aside from that minor thing, really can't
By
complain.
now,
One of the
everywhere
best
from
games
here
I've
to
ever played.
terminals must know he's in town. Kid returns their greeting tenfold. Most of the Ura's conductors are squared away in the middle of the hollow. They're easy targets. Those calamity rocks must be eating that place apart from the inside.
Thank you, based. Final warning. Shit. The game's armaments and moves, I noticed, definitely make you feel like a badass. No question about that.
The Ura keep hanging on to the barricade. After all, their homeland's not much farther. Some of them are downright bewildered by what's happening. Maybe they know they've lost this. Lost to a kid.
I love that you can blast those guys off the edge. I think that's my favorite way to deal with enemies in this game, is just to be like, later.
They underestimated us. Had us pegged all wrong.
You know, I don't even have to kill those, really.
Yes, our people caused the calamity, but here we are trying to fix it.
Alright, narrator, you're starting to sound like some propaganda up in here, bro. Just saying, you sound like some propaganda. Just being real, you know, keeping it truthful. Ooh, ouchie. The asparagus here that shoots out
Shame the
stink
opportunity for
eyes
civilized discourse is over.
is pretty tough.
Now's not the time to get reckless.
I have to use ranged attacks on him? Is that it?
Suppose old Zolf should have got to know us better. Maybe I should have trusted him. Told him everything I knew.
That moral dilemma, man. Is it worse to kidnap, or is it worse to cause a huge disaster and not take responsibility for it? It's hard to say. It's one of those needs of the few versus needs of the many situations. It's hard to say. I kind of get the feeling that the Ceylondians, aka my character and the narrator, are really the ultimate bad guys here. But
the Ura, they have every reason to be angry.
I have a feeling we'll be finding out.
As the hour grows desperate, the Ura bring out their big guns.
That guy, that was their big gun. I don't believe it.
But when this is all over,
later,
it'll all be water under the bridge.
Damn it. I do want to take this guy out here. Could be annoying. Hope you guys are having a laid back Monday evening. It is the O Show. Looks like we'll be finishing up this playthrough of Bastion tonight. It's my first time.
In his way no more.
Definitely enjoyed it.
He sees the Tazzle terminals loom large on the horizon.
For sure in my top 5 games of all time.
Those dreams snuffed out in the calamity.
Real talk. So I've really enjoyed it. I think I will probably come back and do New Game Plus after I've been away from the game for a couple months. So that'll be exciting as hell too. I want to get the game on like the hardest difficulty you can, you know, like New Game Plus, all the idols enabled, and then try to get good.
Way out
see how I can
on
do.
The edge of the world. That's where he finally finds you. But it ain't like Prosper Bluff this time. Ain't nothing for this gal to sing about now.
When we first met Zia, it had probably the coolest song in the game she was playing.
Zia, you weren't kidnapped. No, ma'am. You just had to see what happened to the Ura. To your own people.
Oh shit, she wasn't even kidnapped. She went to go look. Now we're in trouble.
You had to see if everything Zolf wrote to you was true.
Harp guitar. Pardon me, miss. Does this belong to you?
Sure you didn't drop that twangy thing on purpose? Just to see if he'd go after you?
Narrator, you're starting to turn into a hater, man. Child's drawing. The Calamity took everything from the Ura, didn't it? Besides their will to fight.
They lost everything, didn't they? But they just keep on fighting like that's gonna bring it all back.
Does it look like any memorials completed? Nothing new at the lost and found. We did get the Calamity Cannon in the arsenal now. this was one of the only traces left of the Ura civilization.
I don't need to see what happened to the Ura. I'm trying to undo it, remember?
Denial. You're in denial.
Once the kid gets that last shard from Zolf, it'll all be over.
Well, I think this is going to be the last level over here. But I want to give you guys a quick look at the whole map, in case you maybe just dropped in at the end of the playthrough or something. Here's the Bastion, here's where it begins. These are all the different levels, these stars, so there's quite a few, actually. The ones that aren't stars are called Proving Grounds. They're challenge areas for each of the weapons in the game. I've placed in some of them, I've gotten first place in one of them. The rewards are... The main reward you want from them is special moves. But I did the ones on the weapons I care about, so I'm not too worried about them. Might be something I check out in a second playthrough. And then over here we have what seems like it'll be the final level of the game, the Tassel Terminals. Zolf detected. He bides his time within the remains of the Ura's massive underground sprawl.
The Tassel Terminals. All that's left of the Ura civilization. And the last stop on his little journey.
So let's get this shard and let's wrap this shit up. Once you enter this area, there is no turning back. Are you ready? Yeah, I think I'm ready. Are you ready, Osho?
I can't hear him at all anymore. He's too far away. But he'll be all right. The calamity hit the Tassel Terminals hardest of all.
Oh, that soundtrack though. Probably one of the coolest songs so far.
No chance anything survived. Just needs to get that shard from Zolf and come on home.
That music, though. This is probably the coolest song so far in the game. I keep saying that, but it's true.
You know why Zolf went back there. The place was his home. All his old friends and family were there.
Do you see how many times that Garmith is proccing? Garmith is an idol that gives enemies the ability to parry my attacks. Earlier it procced 5 times in a row. The RNG was hating me then.
Zolf
600
must be there
XP
all
for that mob?
just waiting.
Holy shit. As Steak says, the music is insane right now. I know it's some excellent end of game music. That
You know what's
adrenaline.
funny? Wolf's waiting. We're waiting. All of us are waiting for a kid.
Well, I think children can be just as capable of adults, you fucking bigoted narrator. Ooh, the drugs. Is that like definite poison? Level 6. It seemed like that dude's poison would like kill you no matter what, unless you use the health tonic. But I think actually I had several damage over times at the same time, and they were stacking together, so I was like losing health like crazy. That's what it seemed like.
Look around. There's not much left to do here at the Bastion, I'm afraid. So why not tell each other stories to pass the time, right?
Things are getting pretty crazy, but I really love the build that this character. It's like so versatile. You got solutions for all the enemies I've encountered. I love this build.
But Zia, there's another reason I've been telling you all this. There's something I want you to understand.
And this build is so counter-focused. I feel like such a fucking ninja countering everything.
When the kid brings back that shard, the Bastion will be complete. What happens to Zolf will no longer matter.
Come on, bud. Dividing and conquering is really helping me out here. That's one of the strats of this game I've kind of noticed is that you definitely have to divide and conquer a lot. Basically, whenever you get the opportunity. Though, as long as you keep doing that, even with a bunch of idols enabled, not gonna find too difficult of a game. Though if you enable all the idols, shit can get quite real. Which is why I've only got, I think, 3 enabled. Each idol makes the game more difficult in a specific way for a trade for more
Everyone will be
XP,
all right.
more currency. One of many awesome game mechanics in Bastion. Sergio says the game has gotten super generous with potions. Absolutely, toward the end here, the game is showering me in tonics, experience points, you name it, fragments. So maybe it's to get you nice and bankrolled for New Game Plus.
Problem is, we'll all be gone. Oh, we're not gonna die. It's more like all of this will just stop.
Get Silver Surfed on.
Things will go back to the way they used to be. This whole place is a living record of the times before the calamity.
Ahaha, so they introduce a new game mechanic on the last level. Now I can jump. Now part of me has to wonder, will that continue into New Game Plus? Is one of the features of New Game Plus that you can jump?
Again.
I wonder.
Think of all those times that didn't go your way. You follow me?
The hopping is nice. Everybody likes to hop around, right? Almost every enemy is dropping a potion now. So I wonder if the point is for you to just
setbacks.
go ham.
Imagine if you could have another go at him.
Almost like he's alluding to New Game Plus or something.
No mistakes. Anyone you've ever heard.
No, no. You.
Everything you've ever done, you could do it over. And wouldn't that be grand? Wouldn't you
Not
agree?
the poison. Ooh, what a bastard.
Well,
So the narrator has very cleverly alluded to New Game Plus left and right. Let's see what happens.
I guess there's nothing more to say. Who am I kidding?
That guy by himself was worth
Look,
1200 XP.
there's something else. A confession.
I think this narrator is high. It looks like Steak has
How come I know
confirmed
so much about the Bastion?
that hopping is not in New Game Plus. Calling it, the narrator is Future the Kid. Calling it. Calling it.
Well, I designed the place, but that's beside the point. There's one problem with a place that sets things back to a bygone time. You can't test it.
The concept of time traveling as a form of New Game Plus, though, is very cool. Yeah, what's up, Wiki? Welcome back, man. Wiki says, when I saw trailers, I thought it was a puzzle platformer instead of the action RPG that it is. Yeah, maybe Bastion didn't get the best marketing, so a lot of people who are into games like Dark Souls and that type of thing don't realize...
So you're probably wondering if the calamity happened already.
What this is, you know.
What's to stop it from happening again after the Bastion does its thing?
It's probably just one of those games nobody knows about. I certainly didn't know about it. But I'm definitely glad I played through the whole thing on my broadcast. It's been really fun.
The answer is... I don't know.
Zeus says, I like the message this game puts forward in the last chapter. I've liked most of
There
the...
ain't some other way out of this mess. It's alright. I can tell.
messages so
Why
far.
would you even want another way? Unless
About
you wanted to stay here with us.
conscience and how you keep your conscience in mind, you can avoid a lot of problems and so on and so forth. Really positive message there. I feel like could be a bit buried, bit esoteric, but definitely good stuff. Better than a lot of games. It looks like I'm turning on the Bastion machine here, the time travel device. We'll be accelerating here shortly to 88 miles per hour. Whoops.
Well, that's sweet and all, but I don't know if I can stick around.
The amount of shit the game is dumping on me right now, as far as fragments and potions, is out of control. They've opened the fucking valve wide, man.
The weight of the calamity. It's on our shoulders. We can't just let it go.
Do what? So now I have a new weapon, the battering ram. It takes over everything. X, B, and then I got a right trigger that I can do to... Wow. Hello. I don't know what you guys are talking about, but this is my favorite weapon in the game.
Bastion does have another function, strictly speaking.
Fuck the calamity cannon. This is the best right here. I'm calling it. Wiki says that Bastion's one of the few games with quality writing, and I will absolutely agree there. Where would you like me to take this battering ram?
If ever the monument blew out and we couldn't repair it,
There we go.
we could still evacuate. First, we'd round up as many folks as we could carry. Next, we'd detonate the cores, and we'd take off away from here.
Wiki says I have some creative suggestions for what you can do with that battering ram. Sir, I don't think you've paid the FAP fee. I'm sorry. I don't believe you've paid the FAP fee, sir. Daka, I have not checked out the new Dragon Age myself. Dragon Age, the OG one of my favorite games, though. And I have watched some streams, but I'm sure it's pretty decent. I'm sorry to hear that you're having some kind of glitch.
Of course, that would mean no going back. Ever. But then again, that way all of us could leave the city. Together.
Time to activate the mass evacuator.
Countrymen won't be giving up that shard without a fight, don't you?
Yes, but I can rain fireballs from the heavens. So, I'm not ultra stressed about it.
Zulf and the Ura. All they want now is to see the Bastion fall.
This is definitively the best weapon in the game, though. Don't get it wrong.
Zolf dedicated his life to a lasting peace between the Ura and Caelondia. Can't have imagined the city would try to wipe the Ura out.
Splatting things with the battering ram.
Zolf lost every shred of decency.
Too satisfying.
He tried to warn you about his plans. He tried to warn the kid.
Ah, now Chad is talking about good game writing, and of course Bungie comes up. I think Bungie has excellent writing. I think that as a company, they've realized that to maximize profit, you gotta dumb down things. So I think Destiny has a lot of the writing overshadowed, but it's okay. It's just to reach a wider audience. It's just a shame that we as a society are so dumb.
For Zolf, this ain't a personal matter. It ain't a simple matter of pride either. One thing's for sure, the Ura can't be happy that the kid followed Zolf all the way home.
Ah, Daka. I've heard that Dragon Age Inquisition does have a lot of bugs. As far as, like, glitches, you know, like animations and shit like that, so not really surprised. I'm sorry to hear that, though. That's why you see me, I quick save like a fucking fiend when I'm playing RPGs, and I make like a full save, a new full save, like every break. Because I've had way too many RPGs, no matter the developer, wind up with a corrupt save and that type of shit. Moral choice. Move on, abandon his body and press forward with the battering ram. His situation is hopeless and a distraction. His plan to avenge the Ura only brought more suffering. All that matters is a safe return to the shard. Or take Zolf. Drop the battering ram, pick up the body. Zolf is badly injured but breathing. It appears his countrymen turned on him as their situation grew desperate. He nearly destroyed the Bastion, and yet, you know what? I'm gonna be a hard ass. Fuck Zolf. I love this battering ram. Suck a dick.
Kid saves Ulf once, but I don't think he'd make the same mistake. I wouldn't.
That's fucking right. I'm not making the same mistake twice.
Don't you worry, though. Once the Bastion's restored, it'll all be alright. You ain't still thinking about that whole leaving the city thing, are you?
We good. I'd like to get as many enemies on screen as I can at a time. Oh wait, I'm invincible right now. Get fucking destroyed. And I have infinite this, so... Oh wait, I don't have infinite this. I just am invincible right now. This is pretty gratifying, I gotta say. What a great ending sequence right here.
Kid's probably dealt with Ulf by now.
Infinite this.
It reminds me of myself when I was his age. I ever tell you about those days? Hey, kid. Get up, kid.
Wiggle your toe.
Come on, that ain't funny. I said get up. That's more like it. Now, set that shard into the monument there. Then we'll talk.
Let me enjoy my newfound sense of leg day.
The Bastion. It's finally finished. Now, there's something I want you to see. Welcome to the heart of the Bastion. I ain't one for long goodbyes, so here's the deal. Zia and I figure you done the heavy lifting, so you get to do the honors. We can tell you how to work this thing if you got any questions.
You made it.
Isn't there some moment in your life you wish you could go back to?
Any moment I'd want to live again happened after the calamity, not before.
Oh shit, we get Zia's voice now. This is lovely. They were very brave, but there was nothing left for them but their revenge.
When I finally found my people, I told them we could help. They just took me for a traitor. Glad you showed up.
Guys, the feels are gonna start flowing through us here. His own people turned on him when his plan to destroy the Bastion faltered.
Zulf tried to talk me into joining him. I tried to talk him out of it. I guess we both failed.
If you could go anywhere you wanted, where would you go?
If I could be any place I wanted, I'd stay right here. We could go anywhere in the world.
Do you think this is gonna work? What do you think I should do?
So, let's see. You can either prevent the calamity, or stick around with me and Rex. I'd hate to be in your shoes.
Hey, kid.
Wow. The windbags, the beasts of the wild, the Ura, they fought so hard to stop this moment.
Don't let anything you've done get to you. You can save all those creatures here and now.
At the end of their careers, the marshals used to return their badges to the city.
You've got one thing left to do, so you hang on to that badge. Besides, you earned it.
Wiki says, I'll show you my pecker's nest. Way to ruin the moment, man. He never learned the whole truth, did he?
Zolf only brought more ruin to the Ura. No wonder they didn't take kindly to him.
If you could go anywhere, would you go back or somewhere else?
Always wondered what the motherland was like. Not that it matters anymore.
What will it feel like when the Bastion fixes everything?
You can undo the calamity here and now. Go on, kid. And before I forget, thank you.
So it seems like the moral dilemma is save everybody or stay here with Zia and Rux. Oh man. Could do restoration. Initiate the Bastion's restoration protocol. Caution. This process will restore to a previous world state and is irreversible. Use only as directed. Or evacuation. This process will cause irreparable damage to the core receptacles, disabling the restoration protocol. You know, I think I'm gonna go with evacuation. Fuck how the world was. It wasn't really worth saving anyway, from the way it sounds. Get the fuck out of here and build something new.
Oh, mother. And here I figured you'd had enough of me by now. You could have undone the calamity itself. But instead you want to stay in a world like this. I gotta admit, kid, I ain't yet put much thought in that idea of carrying on with you here. We can't go back no more, but I suppose we could go wherever we please. And if anyone's left out there, I sure would like to see the look on their faces when we dock this thing right on their doorstep. Getting ahead of myself, though. I'm gonna need a first mate. What do you say?
Fuck yes. What a great ending. Really came together at the end. To be continued in Bastion 2. Pecker Wrecker. Truly a lovely game overall. Definitely worth your own playthrough. And I might fuck around with some New Game Plus stuff on the stream later on. But not tonight. Big ups to you guys who hung out tonight till the end of the game. Awesome. I appreciate that. That end of game feel. So addictive. Once we chill out here through the credits and so on, that is going to be it for the O show. I actually feel kind of bad. Bean has been waiting patiently with food for like a while now. But it's all good. She understands, I'm sure. Especially because she's watching the stream. What would you guys chilling on the infinite couch have picked? Would you have saved Zulf? And would you have evacuated or restored? What would you guys have chosen? So you guys all save Zulf? Well, fuck Zulf, alright? You guys are cowards. But I'm glad we got some evacuators in the house. Evacuation hype. Bam! Supergiant. Developers of a very similar game, Transistor, as well. Aha, so you start with all your weapons and XP. You unlock all the idols and distillery spirits, I bet. You can build everything in any order. And You can increase all, or you can turn on all the idols for the toughest challenge. Cool. So if you go here, there you go. You get New Game Plus. You also get Score Attack mode. Very cool. Guys, it's been a pleasure. As always. But all good things must come to an end. Much like the O Show. Appreciate you guys spending some time on the Infinite Couch. I hope you had a lovely Monday night now. It could even be Tuesday for some of you. That concludes the Bastion playthrough. So that's pretty exciting. I will be starting a new single player playthrough at some point here pretty soon. And the secret is my girlfriend actually picks all the single player games I play through, so if you want to try to influence that, you gotta convince her. I'm sure I'll be checking out some New Game Plus and Bastion on down the line, but not tonight. Congratulations if you made it all the way to the end of the O Show. You are among the chillest people on Twitch. And the O Show will return tomorrow with who knows what. But I'll be here. Thanks for watching. Thanks for following. Thanks for giving me games on Steam. Thanks for donations. Thanks for everything. Catch you guys next time.